Let's just say you're shopping for a duplex or a fourplex, a small multifamily building. Okay, so I'm going to talk to my, beginner, intermediate real estate investors out there. And you're going out and you're all excited. I got a chance to go buy this fourplex. But inspections and code compliance things can be a real pain in the neck. One of the first things I'd be asking about would be the certificate of occupancy. Okay, C of O, CO, people use different acronyms for certificate of occupancy. Now, kind of like what it sounds like, if you don't have a certificate of occupancy, you can't occupy. But how do we get a certificate of occupancy? Through inspections. Okay, so inspections are a regular part of being a landlord. And there's all different kinds of inspections, and a lot of it has to do with where you live, your municipality, your ordinances, and all these kinds of things. So here I am in Minnesota. Now, Minnesota is a pretty heavy compliant state. So we have lots of compliance to deal with up here. And it's a very tenant-friendly state. So what does that mean? It means that we've got the government and all the jurisdictions and functions of the government really looking out for tenants' rights, and good quality housing. Nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing. It's a way to protect the tenants, all right? I'm all for it as a landlord because we all want to provide good quality housing to our tenants. But inspections and code compliance things can be a real pain in the neck, all right? It's just the way it is. How is one a pain in the neck and the other one isn't? A lot of it comes down to the inspector. And I'll tell you, I've counseled a lot of investors telling them, listen, this is a game, you guys. What's the game? It's an interpersonal game. You are dealing with another person. That's a person of authority. When they're walking through with their clipboard and they're making notes on things, is it in your best interest as a property owner to be a reasonable person, or do you want to be like, this is my property and doggone it, this is the way it's going to be? I don't think it's the latter, right? That's not going to get us anywhere. We always want to be cooperative. We want to make sure that we're working in the best interest of what they want to see and what we want to give for quality housing for our tenants. We want to cooperate. Now, if they're calling for something unnecessary, can we challenge them? Of course we can. If they're saying that, there's a need to fix something that we look at and go, I don't know where within our code we're seeing this kind of a change. Why must I make this change? Everything is perfectly perfect. Why must I do this? Of course you can challenge them. But listen, guys, it always makes sense to be very cooperative when we're working with the inspector. This is just logical. We don't want to be a challenge to them. We don't want to be burdensome and think that, we know their job better than they do. Nobody likes that. So we can't do that. We want to be with them during the inspection, make sure we're understanding the improvements that are going to be required. And if something needs challenging, then by all means, let's go ahead and challenge this. But code is code. The uniform code is very clearly written in most places, and we must abide by it. But let's just say you're buying a property that has not had a code compliance inspection for a long time. Maybe it's been a few years. Is it possible that the previous owner has not had a code compliance inspection for quite some time? Or maybe was the previous inspector that worked with that owner who owned that property for many, many years, were they easy on them? And now we've got somebody else coming in to do the job and they are by the book. And you're a new owner. And the next thing you know, you're being cited and for this thing and that thing. Because some of this, you can't just do the work yourself on certain multifamily buildings. It may say that this is requiring someone else to do the work. You guys, this comes as a surprise to many investors, and I don't want you to be surprised. That's why I'm here telling you this today, okay? I want to educate the investors out there. Yeah, old dogs, you've been through this. You know this game, right? You know how this works. But if you're newer to investing, you guys, too often, people will buy a property only to come to discover that they've just inherited some really serious problems, really serious, expensive problems. But some of these expensive problems, if there's a methane leak in the basement because something's not properly vented, tenants have to move out. Like this afternoon, they have to move out and get to a hotel because we're in a dangerous situation because there's a methane leak in the basement. Am I being dramatic? No. Have I dealt with this? Yes. I've dealt with it when I've gotten a call from the tenant advocacy group saying, hey, Mark, listen, in the basement, we just discovered that, what happened? A pipe broke. A drain pipe broke, and suddenly, what is that? It's a problem is what it is, and you need to go pay for your tenants to go to that hotel tonight because of this issue. So listen guys, this is it. These are these unforeseen potential problems that we want to make sure that we're capturing right out of the gate, that we're really understanding. So I hope some of this is helpful. I want you thinking about this as you're building your portfolio and growing your portfolio. So property condition, property location, all these things matter. That's why your team around you is so important. So thanks for being with me today. Listen, if this is helpful to you, I hope you'll subscribe to our channel. I hope you'll share it with your friends. But I really appreciate you being with me today. Thank you so much.